It's books over boys. Are you ready, Bookish Babes?
Hey, Book Babes. It's Books Over Boys. I'm May.
I'm Mar.
And we're back.
Y'all, we
Did
know.
you miss us?
Have you missed us? Because I've missed you.
It's been like 4 months.
Shut up, May. It hasn't been that long.
It's been since April, since Easter.
Oh, if it's been since Easter,
We took a
early
little,
June.
we were like,
Not
oh, we're going
far.
to take a little break. And then it just turned into a whole thing.
Yeah.
True. But we are back, and we're back with Navessa Allens, the second book.
If at midnight, we would have had access.
Yeah, because we
Pre-ordered.
Yeah, we pre-ordered, which I don't think I'm ever gonna do again. By the way, I'm never gonna pre-order anything again because it wasn't loading up. Like Audible wasn't loading up for me. And then I pre-ordered because there's a special edition with Barnes and Nobles, and it's not coming till the 18th. Yeah,
And that's not like Navessa's fault. That's
no. Yeah, so I won't be. I'm not pre-ordering ever again. No, I'm just gonna get it when it comes on the day it's released.
Yeah,
Just
I
like
was
that.
expecting, like, when I pre-ordered for Kindle,
You would think
I was
at
thinking,
night that it's there.
but that's not how it ever works. Because even like some books I have on my TBR, like that are part of like different series, if it says the book's coming out on like Wednesday, as soon as it's midnight, I try and get the book and I can't. And I'm like, I go to sleep, I wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning to use the bathroom. I'm like, is it available?
Yeah.
And then when it is, I start reading.
Yeah. So we probably could have finished it same day if
It was
wasn't
truly
for
available.
if it was truly available.
But honey, Navessa did her big one with
Mhm.
Lights Out. Lights Out was so good. So
Mhm.
I've been waiting to read Caught Up. And we are going to have some spoilers during this
Yes.
episode.
This is a
So
spoiler, heavy spoils.
heavy spoils. Please be warned.
Yeah.
Please read trigger warnings in this book if you need to.
Because this one was a lot darker than Lights Out. Like Lights Out, I'm pretty sure she named it as an intro. Not even darker, but just because I still don't consider this dark.
I don't think
I
this
don't-
was, to me, Lights Out was darker than this.
Really?
Yeah, because absolutely. Are you kidding me? Lights Out was darker than this. This was
spicy.
Navessa did her spiciest with this.
Yeah.
And Navessa,
Mhm.
we're going to get into our thoughts and our feels about this book. But Navessa, all I know for book 3, keep that spice level or surpass it.
Or go past it.
Because Josh did his big one with the masks.
And the knife.
And the knife. Josh has ruined Mask Talk for me in any future masked book of men. Because if they're not coming with Josh energy, I'm not going to be invested and I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Navessa set the bar high.
I was going to say, she set the bar really high for Mask Talk and stalking too. Yeah.
So with Caught Up, what I will say is I 10 out of 10 recommend you read this series.
Yeah, this is a must read.
I think Lights Out was my favorite in terms of the plot and the overall storyline. What I can say is, although I did not love the plot of Caught Up, I still think it's something that you should read. And I think that the reason I didn't love the plot is because we say this in like nearly all of our episodes. If this was maybe like the first type of dark book I was reading, I probably would like it more. But just because I'm such an avid reader, I went in with,
especially because you're heavy on mafia too.
Yeah.
Heavy on you.
I'm heavy dark mafia romance.
Yeah, you really like mafia.
So it's just like, for me, I appreciate and I understand the artistry behind her writing style, why she did it this way, which is why I still enjoyed it. But the plot, honey,
it just wasn't.
It was
lacking.
It was because like there are a lot of great qualities to this, but for me, the reason for the 10-year gap, the reason for Nico, so Nico, we're going to call him Junior and we're going to call his dad Senior because Nico's named after his dad. So the reason for Junior being out of Lo, who is Lauren's, life for 10 years is because in high school, a situation happened and there was a threat against a mafia Don's son and that wasn't handled.
Yeah.
And that's the rationale as to like why you
this
are.
Plot. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's also just like the certain situations that happen. It's like, again, I'm heavy dark mafia reading. It wasn't making sense.
It wasn't mapping. Yeah.
But And I will say, like, I'm glad going in, I thought that the situation with, like, the plot would be Junior and Josh had to partner together
Yeah, that's
because
what
something crazy happened at the mafia level, and Lo was kidnapped, and so
And so was
was Allie.
Yeah.
And it set these 2 stalkers off, and they had to go save their women and risk their lives. But that's not what happened.
Because Lights Out left off with Josh agreeing to work with Senior, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So that's why I went into it thinking caught up thinking that something was gonna happen to their love interest, so Allie and Lauren, and then it was gonna force Josh and Junior to link up and like save them.
Yeah.
That was my prediction, and that was yours. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So went in completely different.
Completely different. Which I will say I always do appreciate, because when you read a lot of
The
specific
same
genre or
Mhm.
style, even if it's dark romance with like morally gray, it's just sometimes it gets annoying when it's predictable and you keep reading.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna eat it up. I love a possessive stalker, and
Yeah.
I love that. I love the morally gray.
Yeah. But
But
it does get it
yeah,
can get. So
I need a
this was
good plot
refreshing.
to be like, oh my God. I wasn't, or like I didn't see that. So
Yeah.
Navessa, one thing I will say that I really loved, I loved this for most. A couple people didn't. The character development or like the details. So like there was a specific instance. Lo has 2 really good friends. She has Taylor and Ryan. And they all are in the same industry.
Yeah.
Maybe we should talk before I get into that about like
Their backstories kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so we know Junior from the end of Lights Out. We kind of get introduced to him. He's Allie's cousin.
Yep.
And then they are like a mafia family. And then we have Lauren, who is Junior's love interest, and she is, I guess it's like their version of OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So she puts content on her OnlyFans or My Fans Only or something it's called in there. But so she does
For you or something.
Yeah, My For You. So she puts content on there. And then she has 2 roommates, Ryan, who edits the videos for, and then also Ryan, they do editing for other creators outside of the 2 of them. So they're all living in one house together. And
It's
then
giving influencer house, like think
Yeah,
OnlyFans, but like similar.
yeah, like they all do. Yeah, they post content and they live together. And then they have each other's back 1,000%. Like Ryan and Taylor are true ride or die friends.
Yeah.
And I love that because that's what Lauren needed,
Yeah.
especially after going through what she went through
In high school.
in
and
high
everything.
school.
Yeah.
And then they also run a club.
Velvet.
Yeah, they run Velvet, and
Which is a
it's like
kink
a
club.
it's like a kink club. Yeah. And then Junior, he has been obsessed with Lauren since they were in high school, or even before that, because I think he said he started to really like her when he was like 12, but never really talked to her until they're like high school or whatever. So one year they start messing around, and Lauren's like high school friend is also obsessed with Junior, and she gets Lauren.
Kelly. Ugh.
Yeah, that bitch. Kelly gets Lauren's diary, and the diary talks about how much she loves Junior, and kind of like fanfic stuff and like her fantasies and everything, like
But
just
also
stupid
some
shit.
stuff that they have
and
actually done.
stuff that they've actually done. And so Kelly gets it. She's a jealous bitch, so she plasters it all over their high school. And then Junior denies it because why does Junior
So Junior, we're told, again, this is spoilers, so we're told that Junior's denying it because he wanted to protect her because of a threat. And he hints at what his father, like the underlying threat of the words that his father said. We later find out that the plot is because Lo's dad threatened to kill him.
Yeah.
And
which
I'm
is
just like, you are basically like the heir of the
the mafia.
mafia.
If someone threatened your son, he'd be gone.
But also, if you're talking like you're 17 and you are like an enforcer, to me, he's like kind of like the enforcer. Like, The way
Senior.
Junior.
Oh,
He
Junior.
seems like an enforcer, like the
Junior
way
is
that
an
his dad.
enforcer.
Yeah. So it's like, you can't handle that?
Yeah.
If you can't handle
How
a measly little threat, how are you
right,
handling business?
Right. Like that's the part
That's
of
the part that
book
killed me. And then
that
it's
just
just like
wasn't realistic.
entry scene when he was getting rid of Tommy.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
But
And Tommy is Lauren's dad.
yeah. Who, again, this is spoilers, who in the beginning it appears that they're
They're
sinking his
killing.
car with
Yeah.
the body inside to rid it
Yeah.
of evidence.
Yeah.
Whole time, Tommy was just relocated because there was a federal investigation and he just was honest about what somebody
happened.
was going to be looking into because he was approached. So they made it seem like they got rid of him and they just relocated him to like Italy or something. I don't
Which
remember
is another
specifically.
part of it. Like, if Tommy threatened your son, why would you help him relocate? And, like, it just doesn't. That's the only thing that I did not like.
See, that piece isn't the part that actually, yeah, because Senior asked Junior what happened to his face and he told
Yeah,
him.
and he told him.
So
Tommy
yeah,
punched-
it was just like,
yeah,
ugh,
because Tommy hit him because of everything that happened. Because Lauren's diary got out and they were messing around, and Tommy was protecting his daughter, I guess. And
man,
then
no, because
after-
Tommy was a popcorn father. So.
yeah, to begin with, like, it just, those were the things that like just didn't do it for me.
So, and that's like what I didn't like. Now, what I will say that I did like is the character development
Yes.
because although I didn't like the plot, I didn't realize this was going to happen until like the last 5 chapters.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
And
yeah,
there were
yeah.
so many situations where it's like, oh my God, I think this was going to happen. Like,
Yeah.
Ben needed to get an assistant.
No, Ben was the
I'm
assistant.
sorry, Ben was the
Ryan-
assistant. Ryan needed to get an assistant. And it's like, we're kind of introduced to Ben in this weird way.
Yeah.
How it's like, Ben didn't even apply for this position, but you've heard of Ben and you're proactively reaching out, kind of sketch.
Yeah.
Or Taylor had a situation where she talked about like getting a weird request.
Mhm.
And it's like, we find out that this person wants Taylor to cover herself in olive oil and herbs with vegetables spread out around her and like even put an apple in her mouth and baste herself. And it's like not based like a base like this is something that I have never heard of and I refuse to look it up.
Yeah.
It's called a cannibal fetish. Now, mind you, sometimes, actually not sometimes, a lot of times when I'm reading things,
Oh yeah, definitely.
I hear new phrases
Yeah, and you
or
got
things.
you gotta
and I
do your
just
research.
Right. I need to look it up.
This
Okay.
one though,
This?
Navessa, I feel as though you did your research, and I'm gonna take your word for it, and I do not need to look up cannibal fetishes. Thank you.
I will not be looking that up.
Thank you. Yeah.
I think that to an extent, to each is your own on certain interests you have, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's, I don't even understand why
This is a
anybody
no
would be into
judgment
that.
zone, but that one, that's a little.
This is a majority no judgment zone.
But
if you're into that, this podcast isn't for you.
for you,
Nothing about my life. There's
no room for
nothing.
cannibalism to be a part of.
I've got
yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
I just wholeheartedly believe like that's just.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anybody's crazy. I think everyone should do what they need to do for their mental health. But if you're really into that or curious about that, I really think you should talk to somebody.
Somebody, yeah, please,
Mhm.
immediately.
Mhm.
Immediately. Yeah.
Immediately. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe get off of this podcast and go speak to someone.
Oh, if you're listening to this and that's like your fetish or something, like stop. End the video. Like, stop listening. Pause. This is not for you. This will never be for you.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely not.
That's not it. I'm not supporting.
That's just insane. Like,
yeah, no, I'm not supporting that one.
eating people.
Yeah, no, we're just gonna move.
Yeah, but I'm just, I can't even stomach that. But you know what I will say, Navessa? First of all, I do not ever read acknowledgments. And y'all know I do not even like reading prologues like that.
Yeah.
But after I finished the epilogue, I was just so curious and invested. And Navessa really did do her research. She like calls out and appreciates and thanks the people who helped her on different forums online, sex workers, for helping to educate, provide her with updates and do research. My favorite acknowledgement ties to like one of my favorite characters, who is Nona Bianchi. And she said
Who
to
is
like
Lo's grandma.
Yes, Lo's grandma. She said to age disgracefully, which I just adored. That was like one of my favorite pieces of reading something that Nona Bianchi said. And then seeing that in the acknowledgments about like how she wants to get a vineyard with her friends when they retire and like age disgracefully. I was like, just seeing her personality shine more. It's like I understand her writing style.
Yeah.
But the only other bone I have to pick with Navessa. Oh God. Navessa, you wrote this book in August of 2024, and I had to wait until June of 2025 to read it.
I'm just gonna assume that there's like a huge, long ass process.
Okay,
That's
so
I'm gonna.
no, stop.
Okay,
I don't
I
care.
tried.
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
I read Lights Out
yeah,
in March because my problem is when I get invested into a book and it is so good.
yeah.
It is so hard to wait. It's like my same problem with watching like Netflix shows. Don't tell me something's
Something's
coming
out,
out.
and then
Oh
yeah.
my God. Like
I'm
it's
glad you did wait because I read Lights Out when it first came out, and I was sick, like so sick that was it. And at the time, I don't think it was released or anything was talked
ugh.
about for another, or maybe it was. I don't remember, but it's just like, damn. So yeah, I'm glad you kind of wait because what it was maybe 2-3 months for you.
Yeah, but it was still like it drives me crazy. Like there's so many books that I'm reading, and then it's like my problem is it's on my TBR list. I like read everything on Kindle, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at different books I've read, and like when I see you're talking about December 2026, you just pissed me off. I'm not gonna remember this.
Yeah.
Not only I'm not gonna remember, now I have to go back and reread the book. And you can't be an author who has like, oh, this is just like a duet or a trilogy.
Oh my
You want to
God.
have like a 10 spread series.
Yeah.
Now I have to go back and reread it. Like, yes, I'm going to, but I'm gonna talk about it and
the
complain.
shit. Yeah.
But Navessa, like,
We already know that there's going to be a third book coming out. It's probably already done.
it is, but Navessa, you know, all jokes aside, I'll sign an NDA.
Same.
Please just read it early.
Yeah.
Even if you just want like someone's opinion on like
Right.
the first 20 chapters.
Right. We'll
Even
take
if you
it.
just want someone's opinion on the spice scenes, I will sign an NDA. And if I share a morsel of this, you can take my house from me. Because I'm not going to do that. But please just, I will read that book.
Right.
Okay. And I will drop the first review when the clock strikes midnight and the book
Yes.
is released. Please. And if you can only let one of us
That's
read it.
not fair. No. It's
Life-
all or nothing.
Life's not fair. Pick mine. Life is not fair.
Whatever.
But no, Navessa, so good. I did see on Kindle some other books by Navessa that I did add to my Kindle library.
Huh?
Oh, and I can't wait.
Yeah. Because I was not expecting, because the Spice and Lights Out was good, but this.
The Spice and Lights Out, it was good, but it like really built up.
Yeah.
Like, you got invested. Like, you were waiting for that.
It was definitely more of a slow burn. This one,
the plot was a slow burn.
yeah.
But the spice was next level. And the foreshadowing to the spice, like, after going to Velvet, you knew that they were going to do something voyeurism and, like, have that moment.
Yeah.
But Navessa?
In the church?
My God. Literally, the way that we gasped.
Yeah.
And had to pause. And not only that, guys, we are going to start doing a book of the month. And it'll be a book that's coming out.
Yeah. Each month they're going to try and do
some point that month that's being released. And we will read it within 24 hours of it being released. And we are going to record our reactions to listening to a couple random chapters.
Yeah.
Because the way
we both jumped up off the couch.
Let me tell you something. So basically, let me put you guys into perspective.
Yeah.
So after leaving Velvet, Junior there's a situation that goes down at Velvet. And Junior goes to grab his phone. His phone is side by side on a bar counter next to Lowe's. Junior, of course, grabs the wrong phone and leaves. And Lowe has Junior's phone. Junior has Lowe's phone. Junior gets a call after he's already halfway across town because his dad called him to go do something. And he's like already across town, like, I can't come get my phone. Yeah. But do not answer anyone who calls my phone. And tomorrow go to church and we'll switch.
They go to the same church. So they're like, we'll meet at church and we'll switch phones there.
Baby. At church. They go to switch the phone.
And in the confessional.
In the confessional. Okay. And while in the confessional, things are getting steamy and they're doing the most unholiest in the holiest place.
Hugh Sam Smith unholy.
Honey, why does Moira, who is Junior's mom, come walking in saying, his GPS location says he's here, like his dot is here.
Right in this very spot.
Right in this very spot. And I said, huh? I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. But it's like, he usually goes to church with his mom. I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy.
They're going to find out. They're going to know.
Whole time, next thing you know, Senior's there and calls his name. Said,
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Yeah, that
my
was so
God. That like I was on the edge of my seat.
yeah, it's like they're about to get found out, especially because remember, Jer is keeping Lo a secret from
Yes.
his dad.
And
So
at this point, you do not know. You know that the hint of the dad kind of threatening
yeah,
Lo, but you do not know
like the
why
extent.
Junior was removed himself from Lo's life for 10 years and you haven't gotten to the plot. So you're just like, shit.
Yeah.
When he decides, okay, mind you, not only getting like steamy in the confessional, he's like gripping her throat, completely quiet. There's
Quiet.
old
So he's
people,
like keeping her
yes,
still.
gripped her her throat up. There's old people talking about baseball and everything. So he's like, they throw their phones at each other to like, so he can
So they
step
can
out.
swap.
Now he leaves the confessional and he says he slips out in a way in which the door doesn't open that wide and you can't see in. All
Yeah.
the confessionals are small. Honey, why does he say that
Yeah, men are
he
stupid.
took
I'm sleeping. Like that's the best you could
Oh
come
my
up with.
God.
That you were sleeping in the
He said
confessional.
he took a nap
A
because he
nap.
was
Like where were
tired.
you laying down, sir?
So
There's pews. I'm pretty sure
she
you could
said
have laid it.
pews.
What?
Who is going to lay down on a bench in church and
Who's gonna
sleep?
lay? I mean, who's gonna stand up in a confessional and sleep? I feel
Can't you
like
sit
you
in a
would.
confessional?
Girl, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not Catholic, you guys, so I don't
Yeah,
know
neither
like
am
what.
I. How's that
I'm
work?
pretty. The father isn't standing in the confessional the whole
No,
time.
I'm pretty sure that he probably has
Now,
a
I've seen
chair.
Law and Order. They definitely
Have
have chairs. Yeah.
Okay, maybe. You know what I'm thinking of? And I'm thinking of like when you're in court and you're sitting next.
My God.
Yeah, but they probably have a seat in the
No, I've seen.
confessional.
I remember from Law and Order. seeing-
Okay, so I'll take your word for it.
So
Yeah, they have a chair. Either way,
it is
would
a
say
small, tight space.
exactly.
And
A pew makes more sense to fall asleep on.
you-
Yeah, will lie.
okay, that's where you want to sleep in church, whatever. You think that that's like, oh my gosh. Now you're kind of on the edge of your seat because it's like, are they going to get caught?
Yeah. Because I'm thinking that Moira was going to go in there and open it up.
Yeah. But here's what I will say. We learned that there's a GPS tracker on Junior's phone. Now it's never brought up again.
But reading
Moira is
Junior.
his mom. So now it makes me think after the plot happens and after, Lo is introduced to the family and Moira's first reaction was to smile. Yes, you knew your son loved this girl and you didn't know what happened, but you've had his location this whole time. And you've known he's been sleeping over her house. You know he's constantly going there. So it just made me think of that. And it's just like, that's the writing detail that I love.
Right. Yeah. I wish that would have been like, brought to the forefront a little bit more.
Yeah.
As like that small stuff.
And it's like, it makes you think. So I really like that. But the crazy part is, okay.
So yeah, Junior gets out. He gets out of the confessional. He leaves with his mom and dad. Now we got Lauren in the confessional and she has to come out, so she waits her like 10, 15 minutes, thinks that she's good and clear to come out. She comes out and who's there?
Nona Bianchi. Okay.
Nona's there. And Nona says, because right before this, Nona's giving Lo advice of like, live your life. What does she say? Like she says like live your life and like do whatever you want, live dangerously kind of thing, but like whatever.
Essentially she's telling her to go outside in these streets.
Get out. Outside in these streets.
And
have a hot girl
fun.
summer.
Have a hot girl summer that extends past the summer.
Have a hot girl all year round. So Lo comes out of the confessional booth and Nona goes, I see you took my advice. And then Lo's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And Nona says, tell that to the handprint on your neck.
Baby,
Nona was with it. She clocked it.
It's just like, not only that, but it's like if the visual depiction that you mentally have of that scene, because it's like you had to be silent.
Yeah.
While in a confessional and like silent.
Yeah.
In order to be silent, you had to have somebody gripping your neck.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
And it's like you just came out and your face and your cheeks are probably flushed. And it's like that ate it up.
Yeah.
And speaking of other things that I ate up, other details. So we learned that Junior has always been looking out for Lo. So not only is he like one of her biggest contributors to like her My For You.
I didn't say that. Yeah. He's her number one subscriber, which she didn't know for a little while. So ever since she started her OnlyFans, she's had this number one subscriber who gives her money and is like chatting, and they've been chatting with each other for over the past like years or whatever. So they know like little details about each other, but she didn't know that it was Junior.
Mm-hmm.
So
Junior's been looking out for her.
yeah,
So
that's what it
it's
was
like
this whole time too.
every situation, like when you learned in the beginning, early on, that like there's something happened between the two of them and you don't know why. And they're talking just about her high school experience and how like Junior messed with the principal and did this. Well, honey, when we found out that Kelly is
Yeah.
one who messed with Lo, but Kelly was like supposed to be a valedictorian or like top of her class, honey, Kelly got caught up with drugs, not only in the
In
school, but in her house.
how
I instantly was like, oh, Junior did that.
Yeah, same. I was like, Junior, that was Junior.
Yeah.
And then the principal got into a car
A
accident.
car accident? I didn't believe that.
I didn't believe it was a car
But
accident
I was
either.
like, car accident? Okay, the principal's car was on top of the school. Junior definitely did that. But then I
yeah.
was like, car accident? As soon as I heard that, the mafia dark romance in me was like, that was a setup. He got beat up and they made it look like.
But see, now going back to, he was able to do all this to these people that mess with Kelly. Why didn't he do something to the dad, to Tommy?
Even he was able to have the cameras cut after church, after
Yes.
seeing Lowen for the first time in like 10 years, because old women were talking about her in
calling
church,
her a hoe and stuff like that because of what
and
she
he
does.
slashed their tires in the
Yes.
parking lot then and there. So I'm just like, that's why the plot bothered me. And it's like,
Yeah.
yes, books aren't realistic, But it was just like, I think
I'm a plot girly, and I like when there's some sort of
Mhm.
plot going on, or like I just like it to make sense in
and
a
be
sense.
kind of real.
And it's also because we went in thinking it was going to be plot driven, like how Lights Out was.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So I think that also kind of hurt us.
I think it did hurt us because we went in like with the expectations. And I think too, when you're talking about anything mafia related,
Yeah.
that sets the bar for me
Yeah.
on like just the style of
Yeah.
the
what you were used
characters,
to.
like the characters' attributes and just like what the characters are actually gonna do.
Right.
So it was just different. Like I feel like if this would have been like a billionaire CEO and like his son's like trying to like inherit the business or whatever, that would have been completely different. But also just I did not love how things ended with Senior. Like, and I'm not even gonna touch that right now.
Yeah.
But one thing that I really did love that we can focus on was prior character development. So Josh, we know, was friends with, oh my God, Tyler. And in this book, this made me change my opinion about Tyler to an extent because there were some things that happened. Spoiler alert, I think book 3 is going to be about Tyler.
Same.
But it made me feel like when there was a situation that happened where a bookie was Tyler, and my first reaction was to say, Tyler's going to screw him over, like thinking like this is what the plot's going to come to. But my next thought was, Josh is batshit crazy.
Yeah, Josh
There's
all that
no
shit.
way Tyler, I don't care how much money you have,
Yeah.
would feel confident and safe that he could hide anywhere in the world and Josh
And
not
Josh
get
wouldn't-
him.
Right.
So I was like, that's not like, yeah. there
I was
put
gonna be
here-
so upset because when we were reading and they revealed Tyler was like a bookie that they were looking for because of the whole Velvet situation. I was like, if this is the plot and Tyler is going to turn on them, like I'm gonna be upset. So I'm glad it didn't take that turn.
Yeah.
I'm glad it didn't take that one.
Because if that was the turn it was going to take, I knew Josh would get him.
Yeah.
But what I will say that I loved too was, the additional building. So like seeing Josh and Nico are besties.
Yeah,
Loved that.
that was so cute.
We got to see, oh my God, why can't I think of his name? We got to see Fred and Maud.
Yeah.
We got to see too Josh be able to kind of zone out when he got like crazy, like when he didn't like something and was protective. It's also just like seeing Josh not be able to stomach things still.
Oh yeah, he like got like gaggy because what was it? Not Tyler. Junior was tased. Yeah, and then Josh was like gagging. Right? That was that.
I don't think it was the tasing piece.
When did he was gagging over something?
He was gagging over.
He was gagging over
He was
something,
gagging,
but
but
it's
it's
just
the
funny.
food too. The food he couldn't stomach when
Yeah,
they
he
were
couldn't
like
stomach any of the food when
'cause
they
he's
were
a-
doing when they were doing the family dinner. But it was something but like just to see those, and I will say, like I was a little concerned that the way Josh and Allie would be intertwined in this book, I was afraid that like it was going to be too forced. And it wasn't at all. Like I loved it. Every time I saw Josh or Allie's name, I was like, oh my gosh, there they are.
I was excited. And even like the little snippets of like Allie Oxenfree
Oh
and
yeah.
Lo
Love
realizing what
Josh.
Josh's tattoo meant and Allie grabbing her to pull her to the side because
Yeah.
Josh said to Junior, hey, you know, like when you're dating someone who's in like the online like industry and like, you know, focusing on like lust and stuff.
Yeah.
Basically just saying like sometimes that could be hard in a relationship. And Junior is like, yeah, like you say this as if like you have
You understand?
experience or
Yeah.
something. Like,
And then it's
okay.
like,
Another thing that I liked too was how Junior was so accepting
yeah.
of what Lauren does
Yeah.
and how it was
Accepting and supportive.
yeah,
too.
completely supportive. And Lauren too, like she wanted him to enjoy
The
like
same thing.
Velvet and she didn't want
Yeah.
to push him, but like that was just important that she's with someone who accepts
Accepts
her
her taste
Mhm.
and also enjoys the same
and wants to do that.
and try different things.
Yeah. So like seeing them build that piece and like be respectful, I really did think was nice. I think her friends were ride or dies. Ryan,
Definitely. Ryan had that bat on standby.
let me say something.
They had that
Ryan
bat
does
on
not play
standby.
about their girl.
At all.
Ryan was not there for it at all. And it was so funny just seeing how Ryan wanted to support her, but Ryan was the first friend she made following the situation.
Yeah.
So Ryan was there to pick up the pieces and just did not want to see Lo get hurt. And Taylor,
I
love Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor's funny as shit.
So it's like I can't wait for book 3 to see like what the dynamic of the friendships are.
Yeah.
And I do hope that we get to continue to see Josh and Allie in book 3 and that it's not like so much as the Josh and Allie focus on the friendship piece and like excluding Nico and Lo because Tyler is, you know, Josh's friend.
Yeah.
Like loved those little pieces coming
Yeah,
to
where they
like
were And I do like how they've switched it now because in Lights Out, Allie was forced to do the family dinners, but now it's like they're creating their own family, like their own family friend group thing. So now, like after the whole blow up with Senior and Junior, because Junior brought Lo over and like Senior kind of disrespected Lo, they were like, well, we can do family dinners our own way. And then they brought it full circle of like now it's Josh and Allie. Then we find out that Ryan and Ben get together, and then Tyler and the Stella girl. So it's like we'll probably see the friend group, family group in book 3, and how their relationships bloom.
And also, I'm curious too about Junior's sibling.
Oh, what do you think?
So it's like they said like, oh, Stefan was going to be disappearing for a little bit, probably after the blowout, and he had his bag packed. Remember, Alec in the beginning was sitting here having conversations with like older people in the church. So you thought like maybe some underhanded something's going on. So just like that dynamic, I'm curious about. But I'll tell you who can go.
Who? Senior?
Well, yeah. But Lauren has a sister.
Oh, her sister. What a bitch.
And her sister's husband. But I thought this killed me about the mafia. So if Lauren's father was so basically after, you know, they put the car into the river and did all that, they had a cleanup crew who helped because they did need a body to match like his description. The person was Lorenzo. Lorenzo happens to be Lo's brother-in-law. He's running his mouth to his wife about work. And she comes in and says when Lauren goes to see her sister, because she's now find out weeks later that her dad is actually missing, she's going to let it drop that like, oh, last time Tommy was seen alive, he was with Junior.
Oh,
and I'm just like
bitch, fuck yeah.
but it's also like that's not how anything would work in the mafia. Like that's just not believable.
Yeah.
And right now, as I'm saying that, I'm cracking up because like I feel like my husband right now, because my husband does not read the types of books we read. But when I talk to him about things, he loves The Sopranos and like old school style, like, you know, gangster movies. So he wants to critique and criticize how it's not realistic or like that's not how
That's not
something is.
the hierarchy.
Yeah, like, oh my God, especially the hierarchy. He
Yeah.
gets so annoyed, like, if I'm saying something and it's not actually how things work. So, like, the fact that I'm a little annoyed that that's not how
Yeah.
something was in the book, I think it's funny.
Yeah.
But this truly wasn't mafia believable to
Yeah.
me, and I didn't love that, but I can appreciate
Mhm.
Navessa's writing style. I think it was
Her
important for the
writing
development.
style is one of my favorites.
You know who she reminds me of? Her writing style reminds me of like Sonja Gray and oh my God, what is her name? I want to say Sadie Kincaid, but I think it's not Sadie Kincaid. We just read the
Oh, Neva.
Neva
Yeah,
Neva
yeah,
Altaj.
yeah.
And I love that. And I love when authors' personalities, like their
Like you can
quirkiness.
see,
Yeah.
yeah. Because do you follow her on Instagram?
I do.
Hilarious. Yeah, Navessa's funny.
I feel like Navessa could be besties with is it Geneva? She wrote
Oh, yeah. Geneva,
The Marriage
the
and the
perfect
Divorce.
marriage and
Mhm.
perfect divorce. Yeah, I love Geneva. She's funny. I overall, what would you say overall for Caught Up?
Okay, so for Caught Up, I'm gonna go 10 out of 10. This needs to be read.
Yeah.
Spice level, I'm gonna go solid
kiss.
4. 4 out of 4, 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. Whatever
100 out
number
of
you
100,
want
all
to,
that number.
I want you to pick a number in your mind and divide that number by the same number you picked. That's how I'm rating this Spice and the Vestas.
Wait,
Okay.
divide it or like if you wait,
Or
you're saying,
over. So like
oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see it now. Okay.
20,000 over 20,000, 10 over 10, 5 out of 5, 1 over 1.
Yeah.
You pick, that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do a 3
Personal.
out of 5.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think though, it's like I'm a plot lover. I
Yeah,
get a plot,
yeah.
but for this story and like the emotions and the character sensitivity, I get why that wasn't the bigger focus and it was the
Yeah.
character development, which
Yeah.
makes me think that something crazy is coming in book 3.
Yeah. True.
While I think something crazy is coming in book 3, Navessa, you have had nothing but time. Baby girl, if you wrote
Baby
this in
girl.
August, I can't stand it. And Navessa, if you wrote this in August of 2024 and we are in 2025, you've had ample time. I'm expecting book 3 should have been put in production. Listen, book 3 should have been done before January of this year.
Yeah.
I have high expectations. Navessa, please, 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 please don't have me waiting until next year. Oh
Yeah.
my God. And the thing is crazy because I already know she's going to have us.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah. Navessa. Yeah. Love you down, but please don't make us wait.
And you know what scares me?
Hmm.
Navessa gonna piss me off.
What?
Navessa is gonna piss me off if she does book 3 and it's not about Tyler and Stella, and book 3 ends up being about one of Junior's damn brothers or
Yeah.
somebody
But
else.
no, I'm sure it has to be because it literally ends with because they were like Tyler and Stella. They were like, "How did you guys meet?" And then Tyler is like, "Well, let me tell you."
But
That's literally how it ends.
but Stella could be tied to somebody else. You never know. And then Navessa could come out and say, it's not
Like,
a
y'all,
trilogy.
yeah. It's in the title. It's a trilogy. It's literally in the title.
Okay.
She can't do us that dirty. I mean, you can do whatever you want. We're gonna read it regardless, but I'm just saying she can't do us that way.
What Navessa could do. And if
Uh-huh.
you haven't thought of this, your publicists don't love me.
Oh.
She could drop Tyler and Stella for book 3,
Mhm.
and then she could do a spin-off,
Mm.
you know, and it could be about Junior's slings. Respectfully, don't nobody give a fuck about what Senior went through.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care.
I don't
I don't think
care.
it's warranted.
No. Now, if it was about like Moira,
Like you couldn't even really do much for your son, like your son when he was threatened. I'm good
the
off of
fact that you had choked him out and like,
yeah, like that just
but then it was like it hurt my
pissed
feelings
me
to see like
off.
Junior be like, well, when I said dad, that
Yeah,
was
like
a damn excuse.
yeah.
If you
Yeah,
were
I
really
feel all about that.
anyone
Yeah.
else, like, but I also feel like it's like, okay, that's your dad and you didn't want to hurt him. But I'm also a
But
firm
no, because
believer.
also Junior the whole time was talking mad shit on his dad.
Yeah, but I
He-
feel like it's just like it just shows the trauma though. Like you
I
went back to that
guess.
place and it's like, you know, you just didn't fight. But you're being choked and your fight or flight instinct didn't kick in.
Thank you.
And you're an
Because
enforcer.
yeah, you're his Come on, yeah.
But then it's like he's only 5'10".
Which is what is crazy because like when I read that, I was like, oh man, we got us a short king. But like in reality, 5'10's not that short. Like, that's decent, but it's like, I'm so used to reading, like, 6'2", 6'4", 6'6".
Yeah.
So when I heard 5'10", I was like, "Ooh."
But it's like, listen, I mean, they still have like a cute height gap
Yeah,
because
'cause she's
Lowe's
almost
5
5
feet.
foot.
But I was just like,
5'10".
I just wasn't expecting the 5'10".
Yeah, because what
There's
was
nothing wrong with
Josh was
it.
like no, nothing wrong with it at all, but in a book,
Yeah.
you're
Josh is
considered
freakishly,
yeah,
well,
you're
not freakishly, but Josh was like big, but he's not like
no, I
bulky,
thought he
bulky
was,
big, but I'm saying like
like,
big,
6
like tall.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, so when I read 5'10", I was like, "Oh, we got us a short king." In reality, my husband's, like, thin. But in a book,
In a book.
it's like a 6-foot requirement. But I'll take it. No, Nico loved him.
No, I loved Nico.
Okay, here's the question. Nico or who did you like
Josh.
better? Okay, same.
Sorry. It's just,
Josh is hilarious.
okay, but like, so for me, Josh is because Josh is like that dark,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
stalkery. And then I'm sorry, but like with his father's history, it makes me think straight of like the Lehigh Rivers. It's a trilogy, but basically, like the father is
Oh, these ones? Edge of Darkness?
yes, the Edge of
I
Darkness.
haven't read that
It
one.
made me think of it. It's crazy, but it made me think of like the father who was like an actual serial killer,
Mhm,
like actually in a mental asylum. Again, a spoiler, actually, because something happens to his son,
mhm.
he breaks out of the mental asylum, which it kind of hinted that he could have done it all along, but he just didn't.
Didn't.
And he stopped taking his medication. But his son, like he could identify that like his son could technically be like a serial killer,
Mhm,
but his son like had control over himself to an extent, but like he
mhm.
was basically forced into doing crazy things and he broke out to protect his son and to get to see like his wife again. And I mean like peace and he had somebody hostage who was hurting his son, who he was gonna get back on, and he sat down and made them a meal. Y'all both eating human. And it's just like that piece was crazy, but it just made me
Yeah.
think of like just the darkness of Josh. Like reading that, I was like,
Yeah.
Josh could have been his son. And I don't
Yeah.
know why that stuck with me. And
Uh-huh.
it was just like, it's just like, oh, okay. So it's just like as I was reading it, it just makes me think like dark, dark like that. And
Mhm.
like Navessa, this book wasn't as dark like that book. Like I actually cried. Like I actually had to like take like a little break.
I would say okay, so Caught Up, 10 out of
Oh
10.
damn, I'm sorry. What would you
It's okay, you know. So Caught Up for me, definitely a must read. If you haven't read it yet or haven't read Lights Out yet, what the fuck are you doing? Get on that shit now. Recently, I've gotten into audiobooks. Lights Out audiobook, 10 out of 10. This one, 10 out of 10.
Oh
Yeah,
my
read
god.
Teddy Hamilton, shout out to you. Your voice, A1. Perfect. I hope you get a fantastic coffee every single day. I hope every time you go to Starbucks or wherever you go to get your coffee, I hope it's perfect because you have such a great voice. Love you.
Yes.
Love you.
The
Yeah.
audiobook was
Everything.
everything. Ate it up.
Yeah. Really good. And
Really,
then
really good.
I'm gonna have to agree with Maya on the plot. Plot wasn't the best. But again, we read a lot. So I just wanted a little bit more from the plot. I wish there was more reasoning behind why the
Mhm.
whole, like, he lied about not knowing
Mhm.
Lauren and all that. But the spice, yeah, chef kiss. That's great.
Oh, so
That was
good. The
Nico,
spice
sir. You did that.
and the descriptions with the spice, the
Yeah.
tattoos, the
Yeah, yeah.
piercings.
Maya learned some things. Yep.
I know. Okay, so reading this and understanding what type of tattoos this man had made
Mm,
me think
not
of
tattoos,
I'm sorry, piercings.
piercing.
Piercings plural, like it's like a ladder type of piercing. It just made me think of like a Grey's Anatomy
Yeah.
episode where an IUD got stuck on a tattoo, stuck on a piercing. But I was just genuinely concerned, like in the way she described it. Like I'm sure some people read it and think like, "Wow, that's not." I genuinely sitting here trying to calculate and understand because I was genuinely wholeheartedly confused.
Yeah.
Like when I say I was confused, like I don't y'all would have thought I was trying to do a math equation. I was so confused. And to this day, I'm gonna take it to my grave being on my confusion I don't need to
Yeah.
understand. I don't want to understand.
Yeah.
But I love the dedication.
Yeah.
But honey, I was Confucius.
Yeah.
I
I was
was Confucius.
confused.
I was confused.
Yes. But I mean, hey.
But no, but listen, I
Hey.
think, but just the fact that she could write about that, because
Yeah.
I feel like I don't think that any author knows everything about everything
Right.
that they're putting in a book. I think everyone has to do some type of research.
Research.
So I'm
Yeah.
just like, hey, power to you.
And it definitely fit for the story. Like it fit because they were at a, is it a
Voyeurism?
voyeurism like club and
Room.
like room. Yeah. So I mean, it made sense. And yeah,
Yeah. And it's like, Navessa, I don't know if you personally went to a place to
but it
do
definitely sure. I
'cause
felt
maybe
reading
it
it.
felt
I
like
felt
it.
like I was in the room.
I felt like I was in the room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was good. I loved all the little moments. I truly enjoyed this book. While I didn't love the
Yeah.
plot, I enjoyed
This is
everything else.
definitely like a reread. Like I wouldn't mind like when the third book comes out to reread all of them. So
Well, Imma have to if this shit
well,
comes
yeah, it
out
takes
next
forever.
year.
Yeah. But no, this one, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this one.
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah. For what it was and yeah.
Yeah. Girl, I cannot wait to see what is next. So
Yeah.
many books on our TBR list.
Yeah.
We are gonna be back putting out consistent content, guys.
Mhm.
And we are gonna be back with doing something like this where we read a book after it has dropped
Yeah.
in
This
that month.
we're gonna what we're gonna do is we are going to find a book that we both are interested in reading that we are really excited to read same day as it drops.
Mm.
We'll read it same day and then try and put out a review on it within the
Within a couple
couple
days.
days after it.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go back to Sunday or Saturday drop.
We wanna be so the goal is for it to be on Saturdays.
Yeah.
But it still might be another week or 2 of Sundays, but the true goal is for Saturdays for us to drop new episodes.
Mhm.
So make sure you guys are following us on Spotify. Make sure you are following us on TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
That way you can be in the know when we do drop new episodes.
Yeah. And then we also run a book club over on Fable where we chat as we read.
Yes. And it's nice because it goes by chapter.
Yeah,
So
I
like
really like Fable. Fable is one of my favorite apps.
yeah, it's really cool. So if you want to read the books with us and
Mhm.
know instantly like what some of
What
our
we're
thoughts
thinking.
are,
Mhm.
you know, feel more than welcome to
doing
join
that.
and add us on any of these platforms.
And it's Books Over Boys on everything. Only thing I think that's different is, and we'll put all of that in the show notes too, where to find us on the different platforms, but it's Books Over Boys. And that's always going to be it. It's always going to be it's Books Over Boys because boys are stupid. Just
Oh, not when you have a son and a husband
besides them.
and a male dog. Okay, yeah.
Hell to it.
No.
Shout out to
It's
you,
Books
Dan.
Over Boys because that it just is.
It just right.
It just is. And we really came up with the name, I think, in part 2 because it's like books versus our husband. Books.
I know it's like not us sitting here like it's Books Over Boys like we're not married.
Yeah.
But you get it.
But like
Beyonce came out with Lemonade and is still married, so we can be Books Over Boys.
right. We can be Books Over Boys because
Still,
we are Books Over Boys.
that's and period.
And
Okay.
that's what the fuck. Come on, stop.
That's
No.
sweet.
But that's just what we are. That's who we are. That's what we are. And
Yeah.
we love you guys. We are back, honey.
Yes.
Episodes to come.
Yes.
More drops, more updates. But we truly are back. If
Yeah.
you guys have any book suggestions for us, do not hesitate. You can send an email.
Yeah.
You can drop a comment.
Yeah.
You can send a DM.
Yeah.
Let us
Let us
know.
know what is
Let us
out
know.
there because I'm always looking for a new book, and I'm just okay at this point with my TBR just being never ending. That's fine.
At this point,
At
yeah,
this
my
point.
TBR is never going to be finished ever.
And that's fine. That's okay. And then we'll end here. What are you reading by yourself? Like, I mean, not by yourself, but like outside of.
Well, that's a great question, and I appreciate it. But you took my phone.
And I don't know where I put it. Well, I'll talk about mine. I'm
It should
reading
be to
from
your
Blood
right.
and Ash. I love it. Shout out to my coworker who recommended it. I knew I put it back there. Shout out to my coworker who recommended it. I am on book 3. And I started like a week ago, and I Loving it. Love it down.
Loving it down. Well, I am reading, what is this book called? I am reading Filthy Double by Sonia Gray. And so one of my, I keep talking about the Melkiniv
Yeah.
Bratva. It's like the next
Generation.
yeah, it's one of them, one of the generations of that. I know there's gonna be another book. Oh my god. But it's like the weight, it's gonna kill me. But yeah, I didn't read like the series about the I can't pronounce their name, but about like one of the Bratvas that were involved in helping them. So it's kind of like a spin-off. So I'm reading that, but honestly, I only have like 7 chapters left. After that, I'm actually going to read a book by Navessa. I'm going to go to The Lunatics, Volume 1. But what pisses me off is I don't see a Volume 2. So
I need you to find series that are completed.
So it's just like, viewers, listeners, if y'all have any really, 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 really good book suggestions where it is jealousy possessive heavy, send it my way.
Yeah.
I don't care what genre it is. It doesn't have to be mafia dark romance. Like it could be anything.
It's just
make it heavy. But you know what I need to start reading again? I'm taking a break because I used to read like a lot of shifters, like Wolfpack, Dragon Shifters, like
see, like that's not my go-to. But this series that from Blood and Ash series is really good.
yeah.
I highly recommend. Okay, guys. We're
Okay,
back.
guys.
We're better than ever.
We are back.
We
missed you.
We've missed you. I hope you've missed us.
Oh, they definitely have missed us because like
we're the best thing out there.
Right.
All right, guys.
But yes, guys, stay tuned. More to come. And please send book suggestions. Like we are here for book suggestions. And also, guys, I know sometimes our episodes are a little long. We are going to start giving you guys 15-minute episodes and longer episodes.
We're gonna try and do it up for you guys.
And we're going to start mixing up our content.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to listen to everything. But again, if you want to read books with us, drop comments if you have some suggestions, send us and show us some love.
Yeah. Because this is what we love to do. We love to read, so why the fuck not talk about it? I think we're pretty funny.
I know we are pretty funny.
No, we're funny.
And, like we love reading.
So why
and I will read almost anything. Like I say right now that there's genres I don't like, but I'll tell you what, in every genre I claim I don't like, I know that there's a book that's good AF that I will definitely kill.
All right, guys. It's been real. Until next time.
Yes. It's Books Over Boys. And
It's Books Over Boys.